I didn't realize this. I guess this came out with the update from before, but there's like fireworks going on in the background. I didn't even notice that somehow. I've been staring at this screen for weeks. Given the update came out, what, yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever. I just now noticed it. I don't know. I wonder if there's actually going to be an event on the 4th, or if it's just going to kind of be like, oh, here's some double XP, triple XP, whatever it is, enjoy. So initially, when I ended up posting that video about the Rytec AMR, when it first came out, there was a top comment, or at least one of the higher comments that said, can't wait until your next videos are unlocking Damascus and unlocking Obsidian for this gun. And it's like, yeah, you're right. I'm glad so many people understand exactly what I've been doing for months. So last night, this is kind of weird. I don't know if they took someone's advice or they separated Shoot House and Shipment again, but they made Shoot House 8v8 and they kept Shipment at 5v5 or whatever. So Park, which is actually a pretty good map in my opinion. This is a lot like a Treyarch map design, and I just remembered how amazing this kind of like setup is. This map flows. It's this game of playing aggressive versus playing passive instead of just only choosing passive. So before this playlist update ended up coming out, the Obsidian Rytec AMR. Yeah, this thing is ridiculous looking. It looks beautiful. I could go into a private match to show you guys really quick. So I'm gonna put the best looking, most Barrett looking weapon that I possibly could when I go in here. So this is about it. Got the longest barrel on it with the cool like muzzle brake thing on the end of it. That's what the 50 cal that we remember was like, where we had like the gunsmith and everything. Also, going into next year's Call of Duty, there apparently is no gunsmith. We're probably moving back to the original setup of everything, which the gunsmith is really, really cool and really good, and I don't really see a downside to it. So yeah, this is the 50 cal. This thing is ridiculous looking. It is beautiful. Let me try to get the good reload on here. Let me put on sleight of hand. Yeah, you fire it. And I mean, already know exactly how Obsidian looks, but yeah, we ended up getting the Obsidian 50 cal, and as far as my overall opinions on the gun, if and when I ever snipe again in multiplayer, I'm never going to touch a sniper rifle. This thing is honestly a little bit too slow. I spent the majority of the time running around with a VLK scope on this thing. I have highlights for it, but I don't know if I decided or felt like even editing the thing together to show you guys all the highlights, but I literally have a bunch of files. Hold on. I literally just have a bunch of files here that just go across. It's just really weird and kind of not nice looking whenever I, you know, see the way that the Barrett works with the 3X. Like, it works better than the regular scope, because I believe that the regular scope for this AMR is actually broken. There are other people that have actually tested it way more in depth than me just saying something that it just feels weird. There are people out there that legitimately are sitting in like plunder matches, testing at certain ranges, zeroing, and all this other stuff. It turns out that the AMR, I've already mentioned that it's broken, but quite literally, it's actually broken. The bullets don't always go where you're aiming, and the damage is like weirdly inconsistent, especially when it comes to Warzone. A lot of people will say, oh, well, in multiplayer, it's perfect, all this other stuff. I don't know. It also feels a little weird, in my opinion, in multiplayer as well. So yeah, since I finished this whole AMR and all that stuff, that's all the sniper rifles done. At the moment now, since they have the shipment thing back, I've just been in hardcore shipment, and I'm finishing out anything and everything that I can. So I'm finishing out the last base pistol here, the M19. I've just been running around with that thing, and I got the R90 shotgun. So once I finish this class, like finish the pistol and then finish this shotgun, the base weapons, all of the base sniper rifles, marksman rifles, shotguns, SMGs, they're all done. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, just, you know, brain dead, just laying back in my chair, just, you know, hyperscape. Oh boy, we got Twitch drop. We got more drops enabled, great. If it works anything like how the Valorant stuff worked with all the drops, Twitch was in shambles at that time. I also ended up taking the time to readjust my low zoom sensitivity, because since I was running around with the 3X, it counts as low zoom. And if you guys haven't seen my actual aiming settings, I have a high zoom sensitivity, since my overall stick sensitivity is kind of low for sniping in comparison. Early into this game, I was on 1818, and then I started doing Damascus and realized, you know, I can't be entirely accurate with that high of a sensitivity with, you know, fully automatic weapons. Sniper rifle, I can be accurate with it. Fully automatic, I can't. So that setting allows me to still be accurate with all of the other weapons in the game, but also be able to still feel familiar inside of the scope instead of it being really slow. But since the 3X is actually considered a low zoom scope, it was extra slow when I was running around with it. It just felt really awkward, so I readjusted. But I haven't changed it back, so now I'm a little scared. But since I'm playing hardcore, I don't really need to worry about being accurate, I guess, either. I'll never take Shipment for granted, I swear. I guarantee probably by tomorrow I'm gonna be crying about this again. This shit is near abusive.
I love you, Jed. Keep up the videos, man.
Thank you. The amount of progress that I make in Shipment in comparison is just so, like, okay, so we're at 26 of 100. We're 1/4 of the way there. I'm telling you right now, I've gotten to 26 of these within, like, what, 5 games, 6 games, maybe? There were times where I would play 3 games and still have under 10 progress. It was just so difficult trying to cherry pick each and every single lobby, then getting tired of cherry picking, then saying, oh, I'm just gonna deal with it, I'm gonna take each and every single map on the chin. And then I have multiple games in a row where I end up getting like 20 kills, 27 kills, and make 1 progress for 8 minutes of effort. It's absolutely horrible. With as much multiplayer as I've been playing, you guys already know I'm kind of like weird and indifferent towards BRs and stuff. I have no issue with Warzone. This is the type of stuff that makes me understand and realize why so many people play Warzone for so long. I haven't contemplated changing my sensitivity and stuff, but I think you lose your rotational aim assist if you change it off of standard, so I felt like that would be a little weird on a small map. And the amount of people that I run into that have like this competitive burning desire within themselves to win each and every single game with like an MP5 and all this stuff, go and desecrate my corpse in every single way that they could possibly think of that they've known, and then talk trash to me afterwards, like it literally makes me never want to snipe, because I mean, it has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with my weapon. At this point, I just take whatever it is that people say to me. If it's nice, I return the favor. If it's mean, I'll say nothing 95% of the time. The other one, I just swallow my microphone and just say that they're bad. Like, some of these dudes will straight up eat, sleep, and drink MP5. Wake up in the morning, have some Adderall before their bowl of cereal. Get on the game, and then just start shooting corpses. The last 2 videos that I did, one of them has over 1 million views. It got over like 1 million views in like 26 hours or something. That it has to be like one of my all-time fastest viewed things. Like, yeah, I tried my ass off, and ultimately it's just people wanting to see the sniper rifle, not actually for me. I get that, that's cool. But to get that amount of views in that period of time is a little scary, I'm gonna be honest. Surprisingly, somehow sitting still is one of the most effective means of getting a bunch of kills on this. Just sit there and wait for people to walk into you. Just let the kills fall into your lap, Timmy. It's a pretty great game, but all in one, yeah, this game is trash and a masterpiece all in one. I have no idea how else to explain this. It truly is like Modern Warfare 2 in its own right. Beyond broken, conflicting design ideas. If I ever snipe again, it's gonna be with a Car 98, and I'm over it. I'm tired of trying to make it work. I thought Forever 4 was gonna happen, and then I did all these challenges and then realized over time that there's really just no place. This game is just not the place for it. Game looks great, plays great and everything, but montage-wise, even if I did put it together, which I'm sure I could, I would probably hate it because I know what I went through to do this. Minecraft Dungeons DLC ended up coming out last night. I haven't had time to play it though because, you know, Shipment's back. I'm not taking it for granted. I'm never doing that again. I have no idea how Hammy ended up unlocking all this stuff. See, I dropped 82 kills right there. That would have taken me like 2 or 3 games in the right setting anyway. Yeah, so I mean, nothing's really gonna change. Anything there that you see, that's literally what I'm gonna be doing all night. 37 out of 100. Make that progress no problem or whatever, just a couple games or whatever, so I'm just gonna grind this out. That'll be done in a good mood. The 50 cal pissed me off with how weird and inconsistent it is sometimes with that, like, weird... I don't know if it's just the bullet velocity or not. I've had multiple occasions where somebody was in 10 meters of me and I aimed at their head and somehow the bullet does not connect it. They're not moving. I don't know. Maybe I just don't have my feet set in that moment or something, but something feels weird about it in comparison to all of the other sniper rifles in the game. The 50 cal just does something weird with the regular scope, and I don't know what it is. The 3x seems to work a little bit better, seems more consistent, but who knows if it's still kind of weird and broken and whatever. It still scopes in a little slow. It's a little reloads painful and everything. It was just more of an annoyance than anything. The gun is definitely not bad. It's just got some weird little bugs and stuff with it. Ultimately, I mean, this is kind of the sniper rifle that we've been asking for in a sense. It has its own drawbacks and stuff for sure. Some people, it might feel like a bigger deal to some than others, but I still see people running around with the MK2 carbine over this just because it does ADS faster, and if you could stay consistent with it, hey, at least the bullets are gonna go wherever you're aiming. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and grind, and thank you guys so much for all the love and support on the videos. I don't really know what I'm doing besides melting my brain in the process to deserve any of that, but wish me luck.